Anna stood by the window, watching the sun rise over the quiet suburb she now called home. The golden light filtered through the blinds, casting warm stripes across the living room floor, a deceptive peace wrapping the house. Her coffee had gone cold in her hands, untouched. She wasn't thinking about breakfast or the laundry. She was thinking about leaving, again. Every morning began with this internal tug of war. For 10 years, Anna had smiled through bruises, whispered apologies, and children's cries. David wasn't always like this, she reminded herself. There was once love, tender, imperfect, but real. But that love had long drowned beneath waves of anger, control, and fear. She looked at her children. Lily, 7, was asleep on the couch with a worn-out teddy clutched in her arms. Jamie, 5, was curled up beside her, his thumb in his mouth. They were everything to her, and they were also the reason she stayed. But that was also the problem. David was a good father when he wanted to be, when people were watching, when the house was silent. But when the walls closed in and life disappointed him, Anna became his outlet. Every broken dream, every failure at work, every lost promotion, she bore them in silence. And sometimes, even the children heard too much. She had tried to leave once, just packed a bag, held Lily's hand, carried Jamie in her arms, and ran to her sister's house. But within a week, David found them. He cried, begged, promised therapy, swore on their children's lives that it would never happen again. And like a fool, blinded by a flicker of hope, Anna returned. Now, she wasn't sure if she could believe in hope anymore. Her mind was a battlefield. One voice whispered, "Stay, for them. They need a father. You have no job, no money. Where will you go? What if the courts take them away?" The other voice, the one growing louder each day, screamed, "Run, you're dying inside. You're teaching them love is pain. What will they grow up believing about relationships if you stay?" Anna knew she was breaking, little by little. The bruises healed, but the words, those cruel, slicing words, echoed long after the fights ended. Useless, ugly, no one else will want you. You're lucky I even stay. Some nights she believed him, but there were moments like now when a quiet courage stirred within her, when she remembered who she used to be. The girl who dreamed of being a teacher, who painted oceans and skies on her bedroom wall, who laughed loudly in the rain. That girl felt like a ghost, but Anna missed her, and more than anything, she wanted her children to meet her someday. A door creaked. Jamie rubbed his eyes and looked up at her, smiling sleepily. "Mommy?" he asked. "Are you okay?" Anna blinked back the tears and nodded. "I'm okay, baby. Go back to sleep." That night, David came home late, angry, smelling of alcohol, blaming traffic and incompetence, and Anna's constant nagging. She said nothing. Silence was safer. But when his voice rose and he grabbed her wrist, Lily cried from the corner of the room, "Don't hurt Mommy." He froze, like reality had finally slapped him. He looked at the children, then back at Anna. She saw the shame flicker across his face, but it disappeared just as quickly. He let go and stormed into the bedroom, slamming the door. Anna sat on the floor, trembling, holding her children close. They didn't deserve this. None of them did. That night, she didn't sleep. She opened her laptop and began searching. Shelters, legal help, women's helplines. She had done this before, but never seriously. This time, it was different. This time, she wasn't just thinking about herself. She was thinking about who Lily and Jamie might become if they kept living in fear. She found a local shelter that offered a confidential address, emergency relocation, and counseling. They even helped with legal representation for custody and divorce. For the first time in a long time, Anna felt a glimmer of possibility. She emailed, she called, quietly, carefully, from the bathroom while David snored in the next room. The next day, a counselor named Mira spoke gently over the phone. Anna, you're not alone. You're not weak, and you don't have to stay. Anna wept, not because she was sad, but because someone finally said the words she had never dared believe. The next 48 hours were a blur. The shelter arranged for a safe pickup. Anna packed only what was necessary. Her heart thundered as she tucked in their birth certificates, her few savings, Jamie's favorite book, and Lily's music box. When David left for work, Anna left too, with the children, their memories, and the weight of 10 years behind her. As the car pulled away, Jamie looked up. "Where are we going, Mommy?" She smiled, tears streaming down her cheeks. "Somewhere safe, baby. Somewhere better." The shelter was small but warm. For the first time, she slept without fear. The children laughed again, soft at first, then freely. Anna met women like herself, warriors hiding in silence, finding their voices again. The road ahead wasn't easy. There were court dates, long nights of doubt, and waves of guilt. David tried to reach out, even threatened, but she stood firm, protected by law and newfound strength. She got a part-time job at a local bookstore. The children enrolled in school. Slowly, a new rhythm took over. And one day, standing at a community support meeting, Anna shared her story. "I used to think staying made me strong, that enduring pain for the sake of love was noble. But I learned that leaving wasn't weakness, it was bravery." For every woman doubting herself, you are not alone, and you are worth more than your silence. Applause echoed, a few tears too. Anna smiled, not just for the crowd, but for herself, for the woman she had become, and for the little girl inside her who had finally come home.